Hello everyone and welcome back to Hannah's Happy Home. So today's video is going to be a part 2 to the previous video on my channel. So if you haven't seen the last video on my channel, be sure you go back and watch that one so you can get all caught up, and then you can watch this one. So we are on day 4 and 5 in this video of the contractor and his guys stuccoing the house. They had the house all prepped to go. They had gotten that one side of the house stuccoed that I showed you in the end of the last video. And in this video on days 4 and 5, they are going to be completely finishing all of the stucco. So stay tuned until the end of the video to see how the whole entire house turned out. It looks amazing. The stucco turned out awesome. So like I had said in the last video, they are blowing the stucco onto the house. The previous contractor was trying to put it on by hand with a trowel, and that just was not working out very well. It looks so much better when you blow the stucco on. As you guys have been seeing, you get a nice, smooth, even finish. They did have to do a couple of coats on this. I think they did 2 coats on the whole house. And then a couple spots they did have to come back and do 3 coats, especially on the spots where we were trying to cover up the cracks in the house. The whole house used to be orange and red. I'll put a little clip right here just as a little reminder as I'm explaining this. And then the house did have expansion gaps in the stucco, so there was a crack every couple feet going all the way from the top to the bottom. And we wanted to just stucco over that completely, but it was way harder than we thought it was going to be to cover up those cracks. The previous contractor and this contractor tried so many different things to try to cover up those cracks so that you wouldn't see them through the new stucco, but they did eventually get it all figured out and get them covered up, and now everything is nice and smooth. There still is a couple spots where you can barely tell that there used to be a crack there, but it's not really enough to worry about. It still looks way better than it did before. Like I had said in the previous video, we are going to be doing a metal fascia cap over top of all of that red fascia that you see, and the contractor did go ahead and order that. We picked out the color charcoal, but that takes about 2 weeks to get here, I think, so you guys will see that go up on the house here in about 2 weeks. That's the last bit of red left on the house besides these doors. A couple of days ago when they were doing all of the prep work on the house, they filled in the cracks here on this ceiling of the carport so that they could just spray the stucco right over it. We decided to just have them stucco this ceiling as well. That way everything just blended. It was all the same color. And now here's a little walk around of the mess and the chaos and just the reality of doing a home renovation on the outside of the house. And we'll be getting all this cleaned up later in the video, but I just wanted to give you a peek at the reality of it all. It was a very chaotic 5 days because, like I said in the last video, at the same time that they were doing the stucco on the outside of the house, we were having a new AC heating unit and air handler installed in the house, which was an unexpected thing that we weren't expecting to do over those 5 days. So it was a very crazy couple of days, people all around the outside of the house, people on the roof and in the attic and in the house. But yeah, we are really excited to have a new AC and heating unit. As you can see, they installed it right here on this side of the house. It's hidden, it's behind bushes. Our previous unit was over 20 years old and it was on the roof, so you could see it when you pulled up to the house. It was really noisy and it hardly worked, so we are just so happy that that is off the roof and it's all taken care of. And also those two guys that installed it all were just so amazing, such hard workers, and they did an amazing job. Okay, so now we are on day 5, and on day 5 they just went around the house and just put on a third coat wherever it needed it, did some touch-ups, and just finished everything up. And then at the end of that they took off all of the plastic and everything and did all of the cleanup. They did an awesome job with cleaning up everything. They blowed off the porch and the carport. At this point, as we were working on cleanup, we just couldn't believe that the stucco was actually over with. This process has been going on for so long, and now it's finally done and we can start on the finishing touches on the house. We're going to be doing a pergola here at the front in this big empty spot here in the middle. And a shout out to this contractor and his team because they did an amazing job on the house. As you guys can see, they got this all done in 5 days, so we are really grateful to them for getting it done so quickly and for doing such an amazing job. And after they had pulled the plastic off of all the windows and these glass sliding doors, I realized just how dirty the glass sliding doors and the windows were, so I went ahead and got started on cleaning some of those. Okay, so it's now late afternoon on day 5. The contractors and the AC guys had all left, and Jalen was just finishing up the last thing here at the heating and cooling unit. He just had to install this cover over all of the wires and pipes, get that all snapped and screwed into place. So for the rest of the evening on day 5, I finished washing the outside of these glass sliding doors. We installed 2 of the outdoor lights that we had, and we also just finished cleaning up a little bit around. There still is a lot more cleanup to do and touch-up paint and everything, but I will talk more about that later on in the video. I've had this chair set in the box on the carport for, I think it's been over 2 months now, because I wanted to wait to set this up on the front porch until the stucco was all finished. So of course that evening I had to set these up because I didn't want to wait any longer. We were cleaning up all the trash and I just decided to go ahead and get them out of that box. That way we could get rid of that. I'm excited to sit out here on this front porch and enjoy the view that we have. We might do like a little fire out here, and then we're going to have the pergola, and I want to hang like some string lights up there and stuff. Good morning, everyone. So they officially finished all the stucco on the outside of the house yesterday. They got it all completed in just 5 days, which is awesome. And it actually rained last night for the first time in months, so it was good that they finished up yesterday and everything feels nice and fresh this morning with the rain. Before I walk you around and show you how the outside of the house turned out, I wanted to quickly mention the sponsor of today's video. We are always so grateful for all of the sponsors that sponsor Hannah's Happy Home. So today's sponsor is Native Deodorant. They've been a longtime sponsor of Hannah's Happy Home. We really love their products, and I've got 2 of my current favorite scents from them right here, the buttercream and French vanilla, and then the candy cane. So both me and my husband have been using Native Deodorant for the last 6 or 7 months now, I think it's been. We love that Native Deodorant is aluminum free, paraben and sulfate free, vegan and cruelty free. And right now they do have some holiday sets that would make great gift ideas. So they've got some scents like candy cane, vanilla and chai, and sugar cookie. And as usual, I do have a coupon code for you all. 3 deodorants are normally $36, but if you use my link and my code, you'll get them for $24, which is 33% off. So a big thank you to Native Deodorant for sponsoring this video and supporting our channel. Now I'm going to grab the camera and walk you guys around the house and show you how all of the stucco turned out. Okay, so I will walk you around the house here, starting with the front portion of the house. We're going to be putting a metal fascia cap on top of this front portion here as well, doing lots of landscaping. As you can see, this tape was left on the windows way too long and it like baked onto the windows, so we're gonna have to somehow get that off and then retouch up the black on these windows. This front area of the house looks so much better. There's no more cracks. The stucco is nice and even. The color turned out awesome. I cannot wait to add just a ton of green landscape here on the front. We're also going to do 2 stained wood window boxes under these smaller ones just to bring them down to the same height as this big window down here. And then that fascia cap will be coming down right here at this corner to cover that up. I'll put a bush right here in front of all this internet stuff. Okay, so here's how the front porch is looking. I'm so glad that we went with this color. I love how this turned out. Like I said, we still have to do the metal fascia there where that red board is. That's going to be gone here hopefully in the next 2 weeks. And of course the big thing that we're going to be doing here on the front porch is that pergola. So there's going to be stained wood coming out and big beams coming down. I'll do a little pan here of how the stucco turned out on the front area. As you can see, there's some water sitting here because we need to do spouting on this front porch. Okay, we'll walk over here towards the front door, show you how all this turned out. There's a lot of different spots that we're gonna have to do touch-up paint on the black, and also up here on the white, we'll have to do some touch-up up there. And I'll step back here just to show you this side of the front of the house. The stucco turned out amazing over here as well. So right here I'll probably be doing some smaller plants under the window, and then I'll try to do like a really tall bush here to the left of the window. Okay, we'll walk around the side of the house over here, and this side of the house over here is the finished stucco that I showed you in the last video. There still is a lot of cleanup to do. As you can see over here, we're probably going to be spending the next week just doing cleanup and touch-up paint and all of that. Okay, and here's how the stucco turned out over here at the master bedroom porch, and then around here on the back porch. Back here on the back porch, we still have to figure out what we're going to be doing under these eaves right here. We're probably going to be putting up some type of stained wood underneath of these eaves, but that's going to be a huge job and we haven't quite decided what we're doing there yet. Jalen's getting a few shots of the house with his drone here that you guys will probably see in this video. Here's the stucco down through here, and we still do have a lot of mess to clean up. Like I said, we're probably going to be spending the next week doing a bunch of cleanup. This black light and these black sliding doors look amazing with this stucco color. We will have to touch up a couple things on the black sliding doors, as you can see there. And then all of this down here at the base of the porch got stuccoed as well, and we'll be doing that charcoal colored metal fascia up there on that red board. But all of this base is stuccoed and the steps are stuccoed, and we're going to do some landscaping along the base of this porch, probably like some type of gravel with bushes. And then we want to get a nice yard going out here this spring eventually as well. And as you can see, there's a little bit of primer paint at each of these black posts, and the guys were going to do all the touch-up paint for us, but we offered to just do it ourselves, and they took a little bit off of the price. So yeah. And now that the house is all gray, we're also realizing that we're going to have to replace this brown screen. So yeah, we'll have to figure out something different here. That'll be in a future video. Okay, so we'll walk over here to the back porch. We need to replace these red doors. We're probably just going to buy new doors to put here and then paint the frame. I'm also going to paint this door right here. We got to put a light up there. All of this carport is stuccoed. I'm going to back the truck out so that I can show you a little bit better. Okay, so even though this carport is not completely finished yet, it's still a night and day difference from how it looked before. Yeah, we still have the red fascia and the red doors that are going to be replaced. This screen door over here to the far left is going to be replaced and everything, but it still is a dramatic transformation from how horrible it looked last week to how amazing it looks now. And they did stucco the roof of this carport as well. So like I showed you in the previous video, they filled in all the cracks in the wood on this carport ceiling, and then they just stuccoed right over the top of it. And I love how this turned out. I'm glad that we decided to do that. But yeah, this stucco turned out amazing. We are so happy that we found this contractor. They did such a good job on this house, and they got it all done in only 5 days. So we are so grateful to them. Thank you all so much for watching, and stay tuned as we continue to transform this house, and I'll see you in a couple days with a brand new video. Bye!